our captains for this week, offense will be Marcel Williams, a new guy coming in, and Ryan B. will be the captain on defense, Marcel, of course, on offense, and then Carter Vedwick will be the special team captain for this week. So those three guys will represent us there on Saturday. Just a couple interesting things from that game. We'll move on to NC State, but we had like 15 guys. You guys have all, when you've been up here, seen the red stripes on the guys' helmets. And those are all guys that have never contributed. That's the reason they had the red stripes still on, and 15 of those guys got them taken off on Saturday. How about Couch goes from having a red stripe on his helmet to being captain and playing a tremendous game. Durant, another guy that made a key block down there, had a red stripe on, and I can go on because a lot of those guys, like I say, really Marcel Williams, Rodriguez. There's 15 new faces out there running around that helped us win that football game. So on to NC State. As you all know, they're an excellent football team. A lot of people had them picked to win their side of the ACC, and you look at them on tape, they should have been picked to win. They got that defensive front's as good as what it was when I was at NC State with Mario Williams and McCargo and all those tremendous players. They got the same kind of guys. They're NFL guys. Same thing with the linebackers. Secondary is very athletic. If you look at them offensively, it starts with the quarterback. He had over 3,000 yards passing a year ago. He's back. This team is very similar to Miami in terms of having all their players back. They had them all back from a year ago. Samuel's the one wide receiver, is a handful. He's 228 pounds, and all they do is try to find ways to get him the ball. They got a world-class athlete as far as speed's concerned at tailback, and the offensive line's back intact. They had the freshman receiver there a year ago that he was the leading receiver in the country as a freshman. So as far as touchdowns go, so they're a very, very talented group. It'll be a tough environment to go play in. I know our guys are looking forward to that opportunity and that challenge. And like always, we've got to have a great week of preparation, just like we did the week before last, and get on our plane and go play them.
What's the hardest thing about preparing for their defensive line?
Well, blocking them. I mean, they're good. I mean, but it's they should be. I mean, they're an excellent football team, and our guys, I know it'll be a great challenge for our guys. Our guys look forward to it now. They'll go play. I guarantee you that they'll go play, and but it'll be a challenge for our entire team, and but it's a challenge our guys are looking forward to and excited about playing.
How will it be for you, Doc, having coached there? Will it be a little odd, or is that?
Yeah, once the whistle blows, it's between the lines, But NC State, if y'all haven't been here, it's what they've done with their facilities, and it's just a beautiful place. Got a tremendous fan base. One thing about them, it doesn't matter who goes and plays in that stadium; they're always filled up to the max, and it'll be a great atmosphere that I'm sure our kids will enjoy playing in. And if you go, you'll enjoy it too, because it's a pretty place.
Any memory of Carter Finley that sticks out for you?
Had a quarterback there who's pretty good for about 4 years named Phillip Rivers, and had a couple of receivers, Robinson, and had some Mario Williams, and Manny Lawson. Had McCargo, had 3 first-rounders in that defensive front, which is what their guys this year look like, with McCargo, Manny Lawson, and Mario Williams. Years when Jason knows he was there, but had some really good players. But you know what, I look, and Dave's done a tremendous job of getting the same type of players in there, and they coach them hard. They're extremely well coached. They're tough, and he's done a nice job with that team.
Coach, you talk about Couch being the captain this week. Talk about sort of what he did both on and off the field to elevate him from like you said, red stripes.
I think the biggest thing he did is kept working. He just didn't. Wasn't a guy that just. A lot of kids today, they get a little bit of adversity and just run. They just go hide and they run and they run away from it instead of looking right in the eye and go and say, you know what. I'm going to challenge it. I'm going to be the best I can be. I'm going to be the best me. And he kept working, and when he got the opportunity, he took advantage of it. I mean, that's what good players do. And he's just a tremendous kid, a great student academically, and talk about the guy that never saw the field to turn it. And that's called development of players, and not just Couch, but Durant's another example of a kid that's really developed. And we got a lot of examples out there right now that kids, Malik Gantz and guys that have really come along, and because of what Luke did with them in the off season and the development of the younger players, they stepped up and played. Brandon Drayton's and all those guys that stepped up and played pretty well.
You looked at the statistics from last week, and on paper it appeared that NC State won this game going away, yet they're looking up at 0-1. And what did South Carolina do, with, they didn't have many yards, but it seemed like they were really efficient in what they did in the first couple quarters.
They returned a kickoff for a touchdown, too. I think their opening kickoff, they returned for a touchdown, too. I think I'm right, Jace? Against NC State, that always helps, So, and it was a heck of a ball game. I mean, NC State had the ball had a couple opportunities the last two drives where they took it down the field. The last drive, they were, I think, about the 15, 18-yard line and had a shot at winning the game right there at the end. And South Carolina's guys made a play, and NC State guys didn't. But it was a heck of a ball game. It was an excellent ball game against two really good teams, and South Carolina found a way to win it, which is the number one thing at the end of the day.
Chuck talked earlier today about just taking what they give you and not trying to do too much. How hard is it in a game like that in which it's a non-Power 5 school versus Power 5 school, and you're wanting to pull the upset and do all those things?
I mean, we played some Power 5. We played a Maryland team that was in the ACC the time we played them, and the Military Bowl matched up pretty well against them. And we played Purdue and beat them. Played Louisville when we won the Big East and beat them at Louisville. So, we've done that. I mean, we've gone up there and played guys like that, and we'll never go into a game that we don't expect and have the opportunity to win the game, because that's why you play it. You got to prepare and go play your tail off and see what happens. Nobody thought that Howard was going to beat UNLV. They were 45-point underdogs, I think. So, them go in there and find a way to beat them. Liberty, Baylor. I mean, I tell you guys every week. I mean, you guys go pick up the paper next Saturday. Somebody's going to get beat that shouldn't. It's last Saturday. You can name them off, and guess what? Next Saturday you'll look up and there'll be 2 or 3 teams that win that probably none of you thought would. And that's just the way it works. It's the way it'll be from here on.
How much does the Pitt game last year, the experience, adversity coming back a little bit, transfer into this particular game?
Yeah, I don't know. It's two totally different teams. I think, I mean, like I say, we've had the opportunity to play teams the caliber of Pitt and NC States and Maryland's, and we'll line up and see what happens. We've got some pretty good players too.
You look up and Finley threw the ball 64 times last week, and I don't know if that's exactly what they wanted to do, but they end up throwing it, and he proved that he can be efficient with the football as well.
He can. I mean, and that'd be my guess. Knowing the coaching staff, they'll probably come in and try to establish the run against us. But at the end of the day, they're going to do. They're going to do what they got to do to win the football game, and whether it's throw it 64, hope maybe his arm's sore and he can't throw it that many times this week. I don't know. We'll see.
Is Malik Gant going to play in the first half Saturday?
You talking about Rivas, you mean?
Yeah.
C.J. Rivas? No, will not. No.
Okay. So you need to play so.
Yeah, or is he playing in place of Rivas? And if so,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Malik Gant. Yes, Malik Gant will. We got Najee Johnson back too, so from an injury. So we'll have Najee. We'll have Brandon Drayton, Malik Gant, and Malik Gant went in there and played extreme. I think he played 29 plays and had, or 24 plays, and had 29 production points. So he's a guy we like a lot, and he'll be fine.
What did you see out of Drayton do like on Saturday? It seemed like he was there.
I mean, kid's got great range. You talk about guys that just have it. They're just good football players, and he's just a young guy. I mean, he's not very big. He's long. He's really long. He's athletic, and he runs around and makes some plays. He keeps going and keeps working extremely hard. He's going to be a really good player.
some of that depth on the defensive side of the ball was displayed on Saturday. You mentioned Gant comes in and plays Rivas. How good is it to see that depth in action?
Well, that's what you got to have. I mean, not the guys that played really well with the defensive line, the defensive front. I think moving B inside, he was our defensive champion and just played lights out. He's long in there and he's tough, and with him and him inside and Hames inside, we became a lot more athletic inside. And Couch and Dozier and Durant coming along the way they did gave us some extra depth in there. So we rolled about 8 guys in there, and all of them. There wasn't one guy that went in there and just said, you know what, this guy can't play. Went in there and played well. So that's a good thing. And get Naquan back hopefully this week, so we can add him to the mix. So it'll be good.
How Tyler do getting moved inside?
Really well. Kid played. He's a talented guy. He had a lot of production. He played in the same series. He played 3 technique and defensive end in the same series. Moved from outside to inside, and he's got the ability to play both, which gives us some flexibility. And And I think he had 7 hurries. I think he was really productive, you know, with the time that he played.
Third down efficiency offensively for you all. You know, I know it gets set up by first and second down and getting in manageable situations, but especially being able to hone in on third down and improve your efficiency there. What do you all have to do?
Wasn't bad towards the end of the game there. We were trying to run some clock and do some things. There were a couple of third down situations there that we just weren't going to throw it, to be honest with you. But that being said, you always want to improve on third. You want to improve on everything you do. And third down is one situation that both offensively and defensively we need to improve on. I mean, we got to get them off. We got to get off the field on third down, and we got to stay on the field. You know, it's a 4-minute offense there at the end. You don't want that. You don't want to have to put them back out there. But I thought Vedwick, you know, everybody talks about the kickoff returns. The biggest play may have been Vedwick going in there on that last series and have a 50-yard punt net, non-returnable, to make him have to go the distance. That was as big a play as a kickoff return. So, you know, I thought that was executed well. And but there's no doubt we got. You know, it's first games. You know, and I thought for the first game it was pretty clean. You know, a lot of times there's a lot of unknowns in those first games. I thought our guys made the adjustments they had to make. And I thought our coaches made the adjustments they had to make, and just that's a good football team that we played out here. I mean, they'll be up there, and they'll have a shot at I think winning the MAC. I mean, I think that quarterback's tremendous. That one receiver's is a really good player, and that corner 24 is as good as he made in the league. I guarantee you. So they'll at the end of the day, you'll look up, and I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see Miami playing for either the conference championship or at least winning their division.
How much more do you guys learn as a team from a game like that where you just grind it out and kind of stay tough for the whole thing compared to a game like last year where it's 6-2 nothing to start the season off?
And I told them yesterday we needed a game like that. You know, we needed a tough, hard fought game, and that's what that was. I knew it was a heavyweight fight. I mean, I told them we needed that and to see how we reacted. But I think the one great thing about having the opportunity to go win a game like that is it validates everything that's happened since January. You know, I mean, all the hard work they put into it. You know, we got after these guys, since January through the winter, through the spring, through the summer. It just validates everything that was done in the weight room and off season, and to be able to go win a game like that was huge.
The conditioning defense was out there for over 35 minutes. But
Yeah.
They didn't seem to wear down.
No, I thought we were. Again, Luke's done a great job with those guys. Our strength coaches have done a tremendous job. I got the game ball. I gave the game ball to our strength coaches because they've done a tremendous job, with those guys, and I thought we were in great shape. You know, your defense is going to be out there a little longer when you have an interception return for a touchdown, 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns because you put them right back out there. You know, but that's a good situation to be in. But they got a couple extra possessions because of what happened in that game, which was unusual.
Back to the secondary, some of the teammates were really praising Jalen McLean's staff. I mean, how well did he really do in his first start out there on the corner?
But he wasn't challenged a lot, Doug, but he played well. He's matured a lot. You know, the kid's really, he's matured an awful lot. He's grown up a lot, and you can see him. He's very athletic, very talented guy. But he's gotten better. And those young guys. I mean, you look up in that secondary. We were playing with 2 sophomores, and really a majority of the game with 3 sophomores and a freshman. We're playing in that secondary, really another freshman because Morrow was the nickelback. So we were lined up with 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen just about all night there, which bodes well for not only this year but for the future.
You expect to get anybody that missed out last week? Tyler King, Naquan Harris is.
Yeah, Tyler King will be back today. Naquan should be. I'm not sure. Naquan was practiced a little bit yesterday, so we're hoping he's back here today. So Tyler King will be back for sure.
Tyree?
I'm not, he'll practice this week. We'll see where he's got a shot. He's got a real shot.
Dozier play last week?
Did not.
Okay. Is he coming back this week?
Well, he could have played last week. Couch and Durant played really well, and you get in a game like that. I mean, you're going to ride the horses, and those 2 guys played well, but Dozier was, of course, here and could have played and didn't. He'll be out there again this week.
Okay.
How important is it, Coach, to get that run game generated?
Yes, of course. You can't be one to you got to do both, but you got to take what the defense gives you too, and there's no doubt we got to, thought Trey went in there and did well for the first game out, and get King back here and get a couple of those guys going, but there's no doubt we would like to be able to, we got to be able to run the ball.
It looked like
And we did well at times.
Looked like on a couple of those runs, he was just a shoelace away
No.
from breaking those too. It seemed like the offensive line blocked it up once I watched it
He
again on Sunday.
he got a hard time in that meeting yesterday on that one. He should have scored. But no, he's explosive, and he's got great vision, and he'll just get better. The more he plays, the better he's going to get.
How much more dynamic does he become with Tyler King back there with him, splitting it?
Well, he becomes dynamic because he's, well, and don't get me wrong, he anytime you have competition, they become more dynamic because they want to keep their jobs. So that's a good thing. But he's a kid that just, he works, he goes to work every day, and he's a good player. But we got some, I feel like we got more explosiveness back, especially with getting King back now. Now, King hadn't done much for a couple of weeks because of that, he had an infection there that he just couldn't go. But he should be back, and we just got to get him ready to go. He's got to get back and get bounced around a little bit and make sure he takes care of the ball.
South Carolina was able to use some of those outside runs to their advantage against NC State. Is that something you guys have looked at since you have such explosive playmakers back?
Yeah, you got to try to get the ball. Yeah, but again, that defense runs extremely well, and but you can't be one dimensional, whether it be inside zone, outside zone, or throwing it. You just got to work to take what that defense gives you, and that's what we'll try to get done on Saturday. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you.